A Tory minister has been accused of being out of touch after she suggested that Brits could work longer hours or move to a better paid job to help get them through long-term cost of living pressures.
Reductions can be made because the cost of living is about energy bills, but it's also about all those other things that you've mentioned. So I think what we need to focus on now is over the long term. We have got these short-term pressures on us that we're all aware of and that your families in Wigan are seeing. But over the long term, we need to have a plan to grow the economy and make sure that people are able to protect themselves better, whether that is by taking on more hours or moving to a better paid job. And these are long-term actions, but that's what we're focused on as a government.
Now, obviously that's caused uproar. People are saying that if you're on a minimum wage job, the answer, of course, you'd like to move to a better paid job. You've probably thought of that. And even if you can, other people are going to end up in that badly paid job that you were in before. So it's not really going to help with the overall economy. So why did she say it? It's part of the kind of general narrative coming out of the government at the moment of a kind of high wage, high skilled economy. The idea being that we kind of get to a position where a lot more jobs are paid better, we have a healthier labour market where the workers are a bit more in control. The problem with that, of course, is that there are always going to be jobs that don't pay quite as much. So is the answer to that doing things like raising the minimum wage, which the government says they're doing already, but they haven't raised to the living wage, the real living wage that campaigners say they should be earning? And why is this a debate now? Of course, it's the cost of living. It's the fact that your bills have gone up by £693 a year in April. They're going to go up again in October, and now Ofgem, the regulator, is talking about putting them up every 3 months instead of every 6. They would also come down, if they could, every 3 months, but that is not a guarantee. The government has, Boris Johnson, has tasked his ministers to come up with plans to solve the cost of living crisis, crucially, that don't cost the government any money. So we've already seen some examples of this. But the problem is that the critics say it doesn't touch the sides. So, for example, we've had Sajid Javid announcing a freeze on prescription charges for the first time in many years next year. The only problem with this being that, you're still, if you pay for your prescriptions, you're still paying, you're just not quite paying as much as you would have been under the rise. We've also had, more controversially, a proposed end to bog off buy one get one free and 3 for 2 deals on unhealthy food. That was going to come in this October, but for health reasons, but it's been scrapped for cost of living reasons. So you're now going to have kind of something that was meant to cut obesity and heart problems and all that sort of thing, not coming in order to save families a few extra quid. So we've got huge problems here. So far, the government is suggesting these kind of small tweaks in the short term, and in the long term, making an argument that, according to the critics, is not going to solve the problem.